Alright, Horseman Sunspot is just so good, man, because the Horseman ability is really interesting because it gives you bleed resistance, right, which is, really strong. But not only that, whenever the opponent purify something, you go unblockable, and Sunspot inflicts a lot of debuffs, right? So against purify matchups, he is just like the best option pretty much because he just like has a permanent unblockable. So yeah, like right here you can see we just have the unblockable still going, and we can just get our openings however we want. It is just a really fun time. Here though, Kingpin has overpowered in the SP2. I get the dex, thankfully. That was, pretty nice on my end, not to flex, but yeah, I've been learning the dex, right? But yeah, I usually never hit that, by the way. But like right here we have the unblockable up, so you can just go back in, immediately retaliate, then drop the SP2, and yeah, some nice damage output there. And yeah, a risky but efficient SP2, right? Because now the fight is down, and now we have this Luke Cage on the same node, and this one I play it kind of badly because I like mess up the regeneration, but that's fine. This is just like a damage showing, this fight right here. Like Sunspot with Horsemen, nothing really changes, but also things kind of do change because you can like safely run the masteries with him, and that lets him like have a lot of damage increase on the SP2 and his basic hits, right? So yeah, it does do a lot for Sunspot, to be honest, but like Sunspot hits so hard to where you won't even realize that they're on, pretty much. And that's just crazy, man, because Sunspot is just that strong. So it's like, it's just kind of hilarious, right? But yeah, like this fight, it just goes so well. Sunspot just being Sunspot. Now check this out. I go for a perfect dex, right? And that counts as a perfect block, apparently. So I get, like, the unblockable active there, which is just super cool, right? Because, like, let's say they are unblockable, right? I can just go for perfect dex, then I get unblockable, then I retaliate and, like, hit their block, which, is a block break. Which is just really cool, right? That's, like, some pretty solid utility overall. And then I drop the SP2, and he just says I'll make it, right? So, yeah, like, Horseman Sunspot is just so insane. Now we have this Mole Man fight, the Spider-Man fight, sorry, and this goes pretty well. This has caltrops, but you're immune to the bleed, basically, so we get to just, dash back completely freely, which is just awesome. And yeah, like this fight, very straightforward Sunspot as a Horseman. I mean, without it, it'd be like a bit of a different story, but you know what? We're just chilling, right? So here I can just, build up that, drop the SP1. Now we're in a good spot because, yeah, 48,000 hit there. Pretty sweet. And yeah, like the fight just goes perfectly well after this. Sunspot, just being like the best unit quester pretty much. I feel like he is the best out there for sure. There's like no competition. There I dropped the SP2, and yeah, I didn't even get to see all the damage output because he just did the fight that fast. And now we have the Mole Man fight, the one I was thinking of. And yeah, this one also goes pretty well. Mole Man, it sucks to, have to do this, but it is what it is. But also check this out. Mole Man purifies, right? So we can just go unblockable. And like right there, Mole Man would have like resisted my block break. But since we had the unblockable up, it didn't get resisted. Actually, it shouldn't have gotten resisted. No, wait, hold on. Because, sorry, you have to have points and stand your ground to get like, the block break resistance. But yeah, here we can just drop the SP2 now. And then, yeah, the fight is just done pretty much. 300,000 plus crit. I don't even know anymore. This champion's just way too good. Now we have this smorgasbord lane. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. I'm just going to assume it's smorgasbord. But yeah, this fight, basically, this counts as a purify. Like, whenever they, like, are immune to the debuff, it counts as a purify, right? So we just have the unblockable up for the entire fight, which is just really good, right? So, like, right here, we can just drop the SP1. Perfect. 26,000 damage. Pretty sweet. Like, yeah, the prowess that we get from the Horseman ability is massive for sure. Like, for the SP1 especially. Then here we can just drop the SP2. After we wait out the infuriate because, yeah, cannot stand that. Hercules is so annoying to fight. I will stand by this. He is one of the worst defenders out there because the infuriate is just literally infuriating, man. It is just the worst thing ever, I feel like. So, yeah, here drop the SP2. Nice damage there. He is now immortal, Hercules things. Best ability out there, apparently. So, yeah, it is what it is. And, yeah, we can just drop the SP2 again. There he broke his block, which is just pretty funny. Then we dropped the SP2. And, yeah, fight is just done. Pretty sweet overall. Not too shabby. Pretty fast as well. And now we have, I think this is Dr. Octopus on the same lane. And Dr. Octopus, speaking of, like, annoying defenders, this guy is also pretty terrible. Like, his animations are so aggressive. Like, right there, it's just it's just like, hey man, can you chill out for a second, please? Like, what the heck? But like, yeah, this damage output is still just crazy good. He is permanently unblockable too, so that's also really nice. Like, Horseman Sunspot just has so much utility, man. It is just so, so good. I feel like he is easily, like, top 3 Horsemen out there. And, like, he doesn't even have, like, a special benefit. It's just, like, he is that good with it, right? So here I dropped SP2. Pretty nice damage there for sure. And yeah, now we have the unblockable up once again, so we can just go back in and just, break through his block. A really fun time. Then drop the SP2 again, and yeah, fight is just done. Really fast fight there, but really like utility packed fight as well. And lastly, we have this Odin on this lane. Just another smorgasbord fight. Did I say that right? I don't know how to say, man. It looks complicated to pronounce, so I just say smorgasbord. That sounds about right, but like right there, we break his block. Really sweet. And like, Sunspot as a Horseman is just so good for those Purify matchups. I feel like he is one of the best Purify counters out there because it is just so strong. Or like, the utility of just breaking their block is just so, so good. So here I dropped the SP1. We go back in. Didn't have the unblockable there, unfortunately, but it's fine because now we have it up again. So watch this. We're not going to talk about that, okay? We just don't talk about that. I just messed that one up for sure. Okay, but then watch this. I do a combo. He blocks. We don't care. We drop the SP2. And yeah, so much overkill, man. 100,000 per hit. Just so, so strong. And now we have this lane where it has tenacity and also has incinerate vulnerability, right? So yeah, so some pretty good like nodes for Sunspot for sure. But yeah, Sunspot at base is just like a crazy champion already, like having the perfect block, having his massive damage output, the incinerates, all of that stuff just makes for a crazy good champion, right? But then you combine that with the bleed immunity pretty much, and also the unblockable aspect of the Horseman ability, and yeah, like this guy just becomes even crazier. Like there we break his block, really fun times. And yeah, I just love Sunspot, man. Like as a Horseman especially, it is just so, so wild. So here I dropped the SP2. Some pretty nice damage output. Oh yeah, some very, very nice damage output. The fight's almost done already, which is just pretty sweet. There he purifies, and we are unblockable, but I don't take advantage of it for some reason. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, here I can just drop the SP2 again, and the fight is just about done with a nice crit at the end of the fight right there. So yeah, pretty sweet fight there. And now we have this Kingpin, and Kingpin, the king of Purify. Perfect for us, right? Like there we go, unblockable already. Very sweet. There we have the opening again, which is also very sweet. And yeah, like this fight is just so much like fun because he just gets completely countered thanks to the Horseman ability. Very, very fun times. And like, yeah, I feel like Sunspot is probably like the best Horseman counter. I mean, the best Purify counter, sorry, as a Horseman, because yeah, the permanent unblockable is just so, so strong. So yeah, we can just go back in now, and the fight is just pretty much over from this point because yeah, like we already have our flare states built up. We can just drop another SP1. Perfect. We have the unblockable opening once again. And yeah, like this fight is just going so, so well. So here I can just drop the SP2. There I break his block, then drop the SP2. And some pretty nice damage output. All those crits, it was just such overkill, right? And yeah, that'll be it for this video. I feel like Horseman Sunspot is just a crazy good champion overall. Like at base, he's already strong, but then the Horseman ability just, makes him so much stronger, right? So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Horseman Sunspot. And yeah, that's about it for me.